Alright, so I was doing some thinking. I do that a lot. Anyways, I was thinking about like how you see like America's supposed to be like in debt right now and we're supposed to be thinking of ways to save money. And I actually was like I think I was watching a movie or something that's talking about like prison and how much money the American government spends on prison and food and guards and upkeep of the building. And since it's like a lot of money in the trillions that go into prisons every year. And I was thinking that maybe that's one way America could save money. A re a new way of looking at prisons because prisons haven't really advanced over the years besides changing the name to a correctional facility. But they haven't really advanced over the years. So what I think is like to make prisons more, I would say, 21st century friendly or 21st century use. I mean, like a more updated version of prisons, and I think updated version of prisons like using all technology because you got like people being killed in prison and people being raped in prison, and some people say, "Oh, well, that's part of the punishment," but I don't know. I think if you go to prison, you shouldn't have to worry about being killed there. Oh, you shouldn't have to worry about being raped there. That's my opinion. I mean, yeah, you did what you did, but making situations worse by going to prison and then the person having to put up with whatever makes prison even worse isn't going to make them any better. Because now, basically, a small time criminal comes out and becomes an even hardened criminal. You know what I mean? So anyway, like I said, I was thinking of ways how prison could be better and using a more advanced way to approach situation of people who break the law. And I was thinking, instead of having to buy a big ass building, a big ass compound, take up all this land, and pay so many fucking soldiers, and pay all this food, I was thinking that the whole idea of house arrest, I was thinking we take a step further in that. I think technology is there that we can literally house arrest people, just like how you got door collars and stuff, and already got the leg bracelets and all. But we take that like a full-time thing for prisons now. Like literally, we lock people up in the houses. We lock them up in the house. You can't leave your house, and you can have whatever you want in your house or whatever, but you can't leave. You're just stuck in your house, and then you go to work, and you literally just can't leave your house for nothing. Absolutely nothing. You cannot go out your house for nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You literally get 1 hour besides work to go buy food, and you go back in. And if you don't, then I don't know, I guess the thing will electrocute you, or it'll send off a beacon, and the prisoners will come and get you. So I think that should be probably a more advanced way we should looking at prisons now, because the whole idea of like the old traditional lock them up, put them in a building, have guards watch them, give them 3 school meals a day. He's just draining the economy. He's just draining money out of the economy. He's not doing nothing to help. We're paying for him. Basically, it's a consequence on us that he broke the law, basically. We're going to pay for it. So I was thinking of instead taking that weight off the regular people and putting it back on the criminals. So literally, he has to go to work. If he doesn't go to work, then we will still have a prison. And the prisons will just be holes. Literally, we'll just lock them up in the hole 24 hours a day. And you leave him in there for a couple of weeks and see if he's not craving the idea of, okay, I'll go to work. So literally we just send him to work. So literally he's going to work, probably working for little pay. He does 8 hours of his job. Then he gets an hour to come home, and bam. So he gets an hour to come home to go buy food or whatever, and he's back in, and he can't leave his house. He can't leave his house absolutely for nothing. And then he'll just be locked up in his house. And he's paying for everything. He's got to pay for his food. He's got to pay for his electricity. And he's got to pay for his housing. So literally that's why he goes to work. So it's basically the weight of his survival is now off the government. It's basically on him now. He's paying for everything. He has to do it. So that's one way to transfer the weight financially off of the American government and put it onto the actual convict, not the economy. That's just an idea. I mean, bracelets could probably even be more advanced, because now all the money that they're paying for prison officers can go to fucking the technology in making ankle bracelets more advanced and literally having even stitched into the fucking skin if necessary. And I'm just saying it can be pushed forward, and then basically all that money they're paying for prison officers and everything else, it could be gone, and they won't have to pay for that no more. And fucking, they got this criminal having to go and work and pay for everything himself. I mean, it's just the idea, of course. Of course, I'm sure people are gonna pick at it saying, "Well, if he broke the law, I don't want to see him walking around. I want him to be in jail." And at some points, they're right. I mean, yeah, he should go to jail. He should be punished. He shouldn't be able to stay home and watch TV and stuff. But that's not making him any better. I mean, we gotta look at the history here. Yes, you have to see him probably. So what? So what? Let's say he killed your dad or whatever. If you seeing him, that's not like, you not seeing him is not gonna bring your daddy back. You know what I mean? You not ever seeing him again is not gonna bring your daddy back. If anything, he's gonna be in prison because now he's in there for life. He don't give a fuck. He might kill someone else's daddy who's probably coming back out in a year or two. So does that make it okay? You think that's okay? You're talking about how bad it is that he killed one of your loved ones and you don't want to see him anymore, but you leave him in prison, he becomes a hardened criminal. He may kill more of your loved ones. I mean, kill someone else's loved ones. So, I mean, I think that's being a little selfish in my opinion, of course. Anyway, so I think that's one way how prison should be handled. I mean, I'm sure they could do a little bit more whereas he can't have visitors and he can't do this and he can't do that. But I think it's a very understandable way of handling prisons in the 21st century, because the idea of prison has to be updated and has to be relooked at, because it's literally just costing $1 million. I mean, China's got the end where literally they shoot you right in the head if you're guilty, and boom, that's it. They save money like that. So that's just my idea. Anyway, my name's Mattress. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.